and welcome to our financial makeover conversation, aka income shifting. I am so excited to share with you all on this Monday evening and introduce you all to the amazing person that's going to lead this conversation, none other than Dr. Sean T. Hill. When you think about Dr. Hill, he is the epitome of leadership, and he's one of the best mentors and coaches our team could ever ask for, you all. Not only does he know 100% of this information, he has proven it by breaking records within our company. And he's helped so many people, such as myself, reach new heights as well. And all at the same time, he loves to have lots of fun. And so, is this someone like you would like to hear from?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yep,
All right.
absolutely.
So, go ahead and help me welcome none other than Dr. Sean T. Hill. You on point, Sean?
All the time, D. How you guys doing?
Welcome,
Man.
Dr.
Hey.
Hill.
Way to go, doctor. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hey, listen, I'm really excited to dive right in. But before I do, please do not allow me to let that young lady get away with what she just tried to do. She said all those great things about me. She didn't even tell you guys her name. But please believe when it's all said and done and people look back over the thousands and thousands of lives that have been blessed by this movement, Deidre Sampson is going to be one of those names at the forefront of it. In a very short period of time, literally in her first 60 days, she got 3 promotions that most people may take a lifetime to get if they're not careful. And it was because she applied some simple things so that her complex life wouldn't be any more complex. And she's been able to duplicate that through lots and lots of people and her business team and on other teams. So if anybody deserves that love on this line, let's give that right back to Executive Area Director, Ms. Deidre Sampson.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna dive right in because I'm so glad she didn't tell you all my business. She only told you the nice stuff about me. But if she'd have told you everything she knew prior to me seeing this business, especially financially, you guys might have already hung up. You'd have already clicked off. It was not looking good. I was probably one of the most frustrated people that you'd ever want to meet. But how many guys would agree with me? Sometimes brokenness can have an adverse effect on your attitude.
Absolutely.
Kind of hard to be all chipper when you're broke. And I wasn't
right.
literally broke. It was just, you ever get to a space in life where you feel like you should be a little bit further along than you are right now?
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in a small town, Brooklyn, New York. You might have heard of it, a couple of buildings. And I always wanted to be wealthy. I would come from where we lived, which was not necessarily wealth. And I would always see some of the richest communities. I would always want to know how to get over there. But have you ever asked the right questions, but you were asking the wrong people?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it wasn't that they were the wrong people because they didn't love me. They loved me. It's just if they knew how to be over there, where might they have been?
Over there.
And so they gave me the best advice they had. They told me if I graduated high school and got myself a college degree, I'd be able to get a great job with some benefits and write my own ticket. Anybody else hear that growing up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we all have the same parents? but I mean, this is the thing, only strategy I had. So I figured if that's what it needed to happen, I wanted to get to it as quickly as I could. So graduated from high school at 16, by 20 had an electrical engineering degree. Pretty good, yes?
Yes.
By 20 and a half, I recognized that 80% of us were not getting jobs in the field that we studied. Anybody know somebody all degreed up, nowhere to go?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, that was me. You know, I had an electrical engineering degree, but I was working as a bill collector. And Dr. Skipper, it was worse. I was a broke bill collector. So all day long, I'm calling people, I'm reminding them they need to pay their bills. I get home at night, 5 messages on my answering machine with the exact same reminder.
Wow.
And it was always check to check, then check behind check. Then it got to a point where I didn't even want my ends to meet. If they could just see each other, I would have been excited. But now they say you fool me once, shame on you. You fool me twice, what?
Shame on me.
Shame on me.
Went back to the same people. I said, well, that didn't work. What do I do now? They told me go back to school. How many of you guys know some people been in school so long we forgot what they were studying? I mean, anybody got some professional students in their family? Just graduate once. Don't change your major no more. We've been waiting to celebrate, right?
Yeah. Right.
But again, only strategy I had. So got a master's in math education because they said all the world needs a teacher. Got my second check as a high school math teacher because I didn't believe the first check, Kurt. I thought they made a mistake. They were going to put the rest of my money on the second check. The second check came looking just like the first one. I quickly understood I needed to do something different.
Yes.
And how many of you guys would agree, if we pray for it and we mean it, God will send it?
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, but I don't know about you guys. I might be the Peter of this group. I'm a little hard-headed. So he had to send somebody to me that I would listen to. He sent me one of my six-figure friends, somebody that graduated and got a job in their field. And my six-figure friend told me about home-based business. Now, I figured if he's making six figures and I'm not even anywhere close, I'm getting started immediately. And that's what I did, because I figured I was just too broke to be skeptical. And I was always taught, if you broke and I'm skeptical, shouldn't I be skeptical about what made me broke?
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
So I didn't waste any time poking holes in what he was talking about. I was too busy poking holes in my job because they kept adding students to my classroom, but they weren't adding any money to my check.
Yes.
And so I got started, had a little bit of success, then actually had some great mentorship, started having a lot of success. But how many of you guys understand more success without knowing what to do with the money is like pouring gasoline on a matchstick? It just burns quicker.
Right.
And so at the end of every month, I'm flat out frustrated. I think y'all having a battle of who's gonna mute them the fastest.
They're coming off. They keep coming off. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, hold on one sec. Make sure you don't come off at all. Do it again. Do it again. See what happens. We get it again. Give me 1 second, guys.
I'll call him.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Well, call him from the lobby because he's out of here. So in any event, everybody wave bye-bye. So in any event, guys, I'm not gonna prolong this any longer. I just wanted to let you know, I was at a space in life where when this conversation came to me, I was open. And that's what I'm challenging you guys to be, is open. You know, I may share some concepts with you that you've known all your life. I may share some other things with you that you never heard. But I know this, the mind is like a parachute. It works best when it's open. So can we all agree to be open?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent, because guys, I had a good friend give me a call on June the 8th, 2020. I call it the call that changed it all. And he said, not only have I found a way where we can continue to make great money from home, because that's what we always did together, but we also have a team of experts that are gonna help you attack those 4 challenges that we all face with 3 solutions, so that I could get to the 2 objectives I was after all my life. And it was all coming through one company. And so anybody want to hear what that is and what he told me about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the challenges were inflation, taxes, debt, and big business. Anybody heard of any of these?
Yes. All of them.
Yeah, all of
I
them.
found out these are the thieves that were taking all my money. See, most people feel like they have an income problem. They think they're not making enough money, when the reality is most people have a cash flow problem. We're giving too much of our money to inflation, taxes, debt, and big business. Now, inflation is subtle. We call it the silent income killer. Anybody old enough to remember when penny candy was a penny?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, and you might be old enough to remember when we were laughing at our little cousins because they were still calling it penny candy, but they were paying a dime for it. Anybody remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was inflation when we were young. Everybody saw that pack of Nala, it'll shrink, right? But then when we got older, anybody seen the price of milk and eggs lately?
Mm-hmm.
Almost make you not want breakfast. But they
Right.
justify the dollar losing its value and other things skyrocketing by social distancing and COVID, but they also justify not giving us pay raises with social distancing and COVID. And so weirdly enough, it's very hard to fill that gap. While that's happening though, taxes is the opposite of solid. It is the chainsaw massacre. They literally come and debo 1/3 up front. Now, here's the thing. If I told you guys, I would pay you exactly what, matter of fact, I will pay you 50% more than what you're currently earning, but I need you to work 12 months out of the year, but I'm only going to pay you for 8. How many of you guys would be excited about that job?
Oh, I don't think so.
Doesn't sound like a good deal, right?
Not at all.
But we do it every year with our taxes. From January to April, we're literally working to pay taxes. In the last 8 months, we try to figure out what's left with what's left. Is this making sense?
Yes.
The only difference between what I just offered you in taxes is they don't say it up front. Then, while that's going on, the second third goes to debt. Now, we call debt the family curse. You lose the second third, but it's really subtle. See, I'm not talking about the fact that you need a place to live. I'm not talking about the fact that you might want transportation. We're not even talking about the fact that our children might want higher education. Here's the trick, though. Oh, you can't afford the $400,000 home? Don't worry about it, Ms. DuPont. We'll give you a mortgage loan. Oh, you can't afford the $40,000 up front for the car? Don't worry about it, Ms. Patton. We'll give you an auto loan. Oh, you can't afford the $100 million per semester it takes to get your doctorate, Ms. Skipper, Dr. Skipper? Don't worry about it. We'll give you that in a student loan. And long after we've used these things, they can be gone. The interest is working against us forever.
That's right.
Is this making sense so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that thing called interest determines whether or not we're the giant picture over the mantelpiece or that little picture in the Bible that nobody can find. You know, my mentor said, if you don't know your great granddaddy's name, it might be because he didn't leave you anything. Unfortunately, they may or may not have been in a position, but after this evening, we'll never have that same excuse. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Yes.
That leaves one more third, though. And along comes big business. Now, big business is the money trap. They do it smooth. They spend billions of dollars in marketing and advertising because they know every month we want to celebrate getting jacked for 2/3 of our money. Anybody ever do some retail therapy?
Often.
In case you don't know what it looks like, the fourth pair of black shoes look just like the third, second, and fifth.
Yeah.
And so, guys, my point being, if we know that there's strategies in place to take all of our money out of our pockets, doesn't it make sense to put solutions in place to get the money back?
Yes.
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 And so the 3 solutions that they introduced to me were home-based business, virtual solutions, and a team of financial experts. Got me excited. See, home-based business I've known about since I was young. Been playing this game for years. Understand this, though. Home-based business is not something that's targeted at the poor. As a matter of fact, poor stands for passing over opportunity repeatedly. They miss this too. Home-based business is actually one of the secrets of the wealthy. Just like real estate and oil and whatever else they can get residual, home-based business is something that wealthy people add to their portfolio, even if they don't intend to work the business. Somebody asked me why.
Why?
Number one reason is tax breaks. Guys, if you have a home-based business, you have 475 different tax breaks. If I don't, I might get 9. Which one sounds better? Your 475 or my maybe 9?
475.
475.
And so, guys, see, everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur, but everybody still should have a home-based business.
Absolutely.
Is this making sense to you?
Yes.
If it doesn't make sense to you to get tax write-offs, this is not a shirt, this is uniform. Ladies, your hair do's, guys, some of our hair don'ts. It's a whole write-off. And so now you're in a position where you can do the same things the wealthy do. The other thing you can do is outpace inflation, because anytime you can position yourself to generate an unlimited income, you outpace inflation. When folks ask me, well, Sean, how much you've made? How much money have you made? I mean, so you mean so far? Because I don't know, because it's still growing. But I can tell you what they pay me right now. It's amazing to me in this short period of time to even see anywhere near what we're earning. And then you get to stay safe from home. Why? Because we're using virtual solutions. Here's what I enjoy about what we do. Everyone does what we do. Most people don't get a check for it. Okay, I don't think Larry believes me. Somebody say prove it.
Prove it.
All right, show of hands. How many of you guys ever told somebody about a sale, a deal, a movie, a restaurant, some music? I don't think some of y'all have hands. A church. I'm running out of stuff. Somebody check Dr. Skipper's hands. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't being disrespectful. I never seen her hands before. I wanted to make sure she still had some. So,
I got some hands.
let's show your other hand if you can. If you ever did that on social media.
Yes.
Yes.
Here's how powerful that is. I may not be your social media friend, but I can become your friend or follow you today. See something you posted 5 years ago, get excited about it today, go buy it today. A sale was made. You were the salesperson, but how much money would you make?
0.
I just feel like we need to get tired of that. People tell me all the time, well, Sean, I'm not a salesperson. I'm just like, oh, you better go check your timeline. Because you've been disservicing yourself as not a salesperson by all that talking you've been doing on your timeline. I don't watch. I done downloaded that movie. I done went to that restaurant. I bought that book. And so here's the thing. What we do is we use these same things to expose people to our team of financial experts who execute the strategies that I'm about to share with you that we call income shifting. Now, guys, understand the reason why this excited me most is up until now, or up until the time that I saw this, I was convinced that my financial security and independence was supposed to be my own responsibility. How many of you guys are tricked into believing that as well?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. I never got an opportunity to take certain classes in school. Like, I mean, how many of you guys got the opportunity to take Tax Code 101? Anybody?
No.
No? But we all have taxes.
Yeah.
What about credit report 202? Anybody? But we all have a credit score, and that determines how much we pay to borrow money. All right, what about compound interest 303?
No.
No, but it can kill us in debt, but then advance us in investments. How many of you guys, if you had the opportunity, you would have dropped those 3 math classes and taken those?
Yes.
I
Definitely.
teach math.
Yeah.
I still have not used a parabola in real life. So here's the thing. As exciting as this is, we get to position ourselves to have this financial team for $79 a month. Now, that doesn't mean anything to you yet, but watch when I tell you what all comes in the $79 a month. Most of us take advantage of it as home-based business owners because we want the tax breaks as well. All of that's available to us for $228 one time. And then you add an extra $40 a month for our business center, which allows us to do business no matter where we are on the planet from our laptops and our cell phones. Guys, somebody was born just now, and by their 13th birthday, they're going to learn how to make $1 million on this while everybody else is trying to figure out how to mute themselves on Zoom. And so here's the thing. Does it make sense to position ourselves to play a major game?
Yes, it does.
But here's the part I don't want you to confuse. Just because it's only $228 to invest, please believe it's far greater than a $228 opportunity. Those of us that saw it, those of us that are taking advantage of it, we treat it as if we had to invest millions to get involved. Why? It helps us meet our 2 objectives: current lifestyle with our labor and future lifestyle with the investments. Guys, if we're not investing, we're not even on the road to wealth. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the one company this is coming through is Make Wealth Real Financial, also known as MWR. Now, MWR has what's called a Financial Edge membership, and in that is Money Max. Our tax reduction experts are actually enrolling agents. That's the highest level of people you can have look at your taxes. They're trained by the IRS. Anybody know how to out-research the IRS?
No.
Me either. Like, what was I going to do? A Google search? So I realized how legitimate this was. Now, when all we have to do is upload our last 2 pay stubs, our last year's tax return. And when we do that, they give us back an adjusted W-4. And what that does, when we give that to our employer, 80% of the time, we'll see our income tax go down federally, and we'll see our paycheck go up. That's why we're known as the home of the instant pay raise. We've actually helped average $5 million a month in tax savings for our members over the last 12 months. That's $60 million in savings. Is this making sense so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Our Credit Max credit restoration experts have 20 plus years of do it for you experience. See, I was taught the DIY. That's why my credit so bad, they won't even take my cash.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they told me I had a team of experts with 20 plus years of me not doing it experience, I realized I didn't have to be the expert. See, I'm gonna tell you the most exciting part about everything that I'm saying right now. Everybody repeat after me. I am not the expert.
I am not the expert.
But let me tell you the most exciting part of this conversation for you. Everybody point at me and say, Sean is not the expert.
Sean is not the expert.
Oh, you want your finances jacked up? Ask me a question. I will jack your finances up. How do I know? I was jacking mine up for 50 years. I got a lot of experience at this. And so when they told me that these guys were going to do the things I didn't want to do, all I had to do was upload my last 3 credit bureau reports, and they would make the calls I didn't want to make and send the letters I didn't want to send. And it wasn't because I was lazy. It's just because I'd seen so many people do that process and their credit scores were going down. And I'm like, you wait a second, I ain't gonna waste my stamps on this. And so here's the thing. In addition to that, because a lot of people pay 2 and 3 times $79 a month just to get their credit fixed. We're getting ours totally restored. Help thousands of people earn 50 to 150 point increases. In addition to that, we have Equity Max, our debt elimination experts. Guys, all you have to do is input the debt that you can pay off, meaning balance, minimum monthly payment, interest rate. And our debt elimination experts will do 3 things. First thing they'll do is give you a debt payment plan to get you out of debt faster. Second thing they do is give you your new debt-free date. How many of you guys want to know when you're going to be free?
Yes.
And guys, understand, I understand civil rights, but debt-free is the new free.
Mm-hmm.
That bond is just real today. A lot of other things are going on too, but that debt bondage is amazing. And then they give you your millionaire day. How many of you ever said, I want to be a millionaire?
Yeah.
So imagine how excited it is day one to find out when you can get there with what you currently make. See, guys, everybody makes enough money to make themselves wealthy. We just been invested in and making everybody else wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what we borrow, it's how long we borrow it that kills us. Anybody have a friend that says, you know what? Or they were bragging because they paid off their car?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, depending on the interest rate, they might have bought 4 cars, but they're bragging about 1.
Yes.
Where did the other 3 cars go? Who cares? How many of you guys want those back in your family? Me too. And so we've actually helped our members save $500 million in interest over the last 12 months. And we've shifted 13,600 years off our collective debt sentence. Guys, I'm sharing these statistics with you because we were able to do all these things without you. And I'm sharing this lovingly because I know you have people trying to drag you into this and sell you on that and convince you to do the other. All we're doing is sharing with you guys how we're increasing our cash flow. How many of you guys would agree if your bills went down, your cash flow would go up?
Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Bill Shredder. They told me with Bill Shredder, all I had to do was upload my bills and professional negotiators would call. I was uploading every letter that came out the box. I didn't care whether it was a bill or not. Negotiate this too. Because I understand that increases in cash flow are always good. And guys, so that's the first part of income shifting. Those are the strategies to move the money into your pocket. But that's not enough. Before I tell you about the next piece, though, we have people that have benefited from Money Max, Credit Max, Equity Max, and Bill Shredder. Anybody want to share?
I'll share. Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Gwendolyn Dotson in Atlanta, Georgia, and Snellville. I'm excited, Mr. Sean T. Hill and team. I uploaded 2 of my pay stubs. I also uploaded our last year tax return. And long and behold, the experts gave us a plan. And I'm retired 16 years. I got an $85 pay raise, $271 extra additional money. My husband's bringing home $400 additional money. My credit score is up. My taxes is down. I'm just loving it.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Awesome. Anyone else
Yes.
want to share?
I'll share.
Okay.
So with Money Max, like Ms. Gwendolyn also, I was able to receive a pay increase of $396 per month. And that's significant because prior to MWR, I hadn't even thought about even adjusting my W-4 or even thinking that I could save money on my taxes. And also with Bill Shredder, just saw amazing results. For my Xfinity bill, for my cable and internet alone, the negotiators were able to save me $1,035 over the course of 13 months. And that's $79 per month just on that one bill. And then on my cell phone bill, they were able to negotiate that down by $60 over the course of 6 months. So I'm just really, really excited just about all that that's been brought back into my household.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Awesome. Anybody else want to share?
I will.
Okay, go ahead.
So the Money Max put back $709 back on my paycheck a month.
Nice.
The Credit Max put 209 points on my credit score. My score went up 209 points, and my husband's went up 159 points. Bill Shredder reduced my cell phone bill by $89. And Equity Max, my debt-free date was 2038 prior to the membership. Now my new date is October 2023.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Amazing. And
Yes.
guys, listen,
That's amazing. That's winning, everybody.
there's so many stories just like this one. And I was just about to say, that's amazing. That's winning, everybody. But the other presenter did that for me. Told y'all, I'm gonna get you every time. Cut it out. And so here's the thing: you can actually go on Facebook to MWR Financial Testimonials, and you can watch and see story after story after story, just like these. These stories are popping up every day. It's really exciting. But what I wanted to do was make a transition because, see, that's getting more money back into your pocket. But guys, that can't be enough. How many of you guys know people that have come into some money and paid off their debt? You know, maybe they got a, maybe they hit the lottery, maybe they got a settlement, you know, inheritance, depending on where you live, hit the number, whatever it was, paid off their debt. And then 3 months later, they were like 3 times more in debt than they were before they got out. Anybody ever seen that?
Yeah.
Everybody fighting and arguing over where Big Mama money went.
Yep.
Right.
But so that can't be enough. And so when they told me about the Wealth Max piece, I got excited. That's when I understood that Make Wealth Real wasn't just the name of a company. It was actually a mission statement. And when I introduced it to a friend of mine, I saw him pop up. So hopefully he got his speaking voice ready, because I don't let him come around here and not share, because when he saw Wealth Max, he saw that vehicle faster than anybody else talking about it at that time, other than the gentleman that introduced it to me. And he went to work and he got involved with those consultants, and he's done amazing things, not only with the business as a home-based business opportunity, but with the Financial Edge membership. And so here's the thing, Mr. Turnquest, can you do us a favor? I just want you to come on really quickly and, in your own time, in your own words, just share with everybody what Wealth Max and the other Maxes have been able to do for you.
Sure. And first off, again, thank you for that phone call, because I don't know if anyone's ever been in a position where they knew they needed that extra piece, had no idea where it was going to come from. And just like, you know, Mr. Hill said earlier, sometimes when you pray and you ask, sometimes that answer is right on time. And fortunately, it came from someone I would actually listen to, because just like Sean, I get pitched a lot of stuff, and folks are always, you know, sending me information about this and that. And because of my time, I can't contribute. I can't get involved in too many things. So I'm glad you gave me that phone call that day, brother. I'm glad that you have been running so hard with this, because your pace and your leadership has allowed me to be successful. And I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Real quick, guys, you know, I'm not going to take too long with this, because it's really just as simple as this. And you see it right there, that bottom asterisk, the opportunity to become your own bank. Every one of us has a story. My story is real simple. I was able to get involved with this business and use the services, use the experts. My wife and I's credit went up. We were able to refinance. We're about to refinance our second property now. The amount of money back in the refinance allows us to pay off more debt. And at the same time, I was setting up my private reserve account. The private reserve account is just that. It's a vehicle for you to build wealth, just like any other type of retirement account. The only difference is it's an insurance account. It's an insurance vehicle. And if you ever walk into a bank and you see those letters FDIC, that means that an insurance company insures your money up to $1,000. So if that bank decides to go belly up, your money is still insured. So the insurance companies have more money than in the bank. So, and once I realized that, years ago, I realized that, I saw this vehicle and I said, I got to put my money here. And here's what's cool about it. Once you put your money in one of these accounts, as the market goes up, so does your money. But when the market dips, your money does not. Nice. So your money is safe, number one. Number two, if you ever need to use that money, my 401k was freaking plummeting. And if I ever needed to use it or take money from it, there'll be penalties and taxes and all kind of stuff. Imagine having an account that when you take money from it, it's tax-free and there's no penalties. And how does that work? You're borrowing against yourself. So instead of going to Wells, whoever, and the bank of whatever country, you go to the bank of you and you borrow from yourself. Set up terms that you like you set up so you can pay it back when you want to. And if you don't pay it back, they just take it from your death benefit. But you're paying yourself back, and because you borrowed against the account, that original lump sum you put in there, or whatever your contributing amount is, that money continues to grow even while you're using the money you just borrowed. You are double dipping in your own money, and it's still growing. So once I understood that, Sean, and I was all on top of it, becoming my own bank. So when my daughter needs a car loan, instead of going to the bank on the corner, who's going to charge us all kind of interest rates and then use my money to make more money, I can just give that loan to my own daughter, and then we can make money at the same time as we use that money. That's a game changer. So I hope that helps. If not, then I don't know what to tell you.
It definitely does. And, I'm excited. I see Deidre smiling and nodding because she's also taking advantage of Wealth Max as well. And the land banking piece was amazing to me. I mean, just the opportunity, and of course, with you being in real estate, the opportunity to be in real estate without tenants and toilets and termites and all the other T's, so that you're not teed off. I mean, that must be major.
So Sean, listen, so here's the cool part. And I know you're going to cover the money a little bit later, but I had a pipe burst this morning in one of my units. So we're dealing with that now, and that's why we have insurance. But again, insurance companies have all of the money.
Right.
And imagine being able to invest in land. The land that we are investing in is in Antelope Valley, California. It's in a part of the country which is one of the most overpopulated parts of the world. Definitely in this country, but that Southern California region is one of the most highly populated areas. And we have an opportunity to buy land there wholesale. And then when the time comes, sell it retail. And right now, Sean, that money's earning about 24% interest. So that means that money's doubling every 3 years. So if you held it for 6 to 8 years, that means it will double twice. So if you have $50,000 in land over there, you're going to cash out at $200K.
And that's why I'll be honest with you, man. When people say things like, "Yeah, man, I was doing something like you were," no, you weren't. No, you weren't.
Absolutely not.
You weren't doing anything near what we're doing. Stop playing. There's nothing going on like this. I have people calling me all the time, and I don't disrespect what anybody else is doing. I am just clear that nobody's doing what he just said.
Right.
And so, guys, that's income shifting. Those are the strategies that we're using, because we understand that once you're, and thanks a lot, Dana. Everybody do me a favor, give it right back again. Executive Area Director, Mr. Dana Turquoise.
Dana.
Thank you, family.
Yeah, he be getting me so excited. I just be ready to go, because, and a lot of times when I'm talking to him personally, like, all right, I get it. Let's go, baby, let's go. And so I'll be ready to go through a wall, right? But here's the thing. Here's what we understand. When your taxes is down, your cash flow is up. People are always talking to me about starting businesses and stuff, but they ain't got no money. Guys, when your credit score goes up, you can refinance some things, and you don't have to pay as much for things you want to borrow, which means your cash flow goes up. When your
Yes.
debt's gone faster, your cash flow goes up. When your bills are lower, your cash flow goes up. So when it's time to invest in a private reserve account, and some of you are already ready to do it, you have the cash flow to play that game and play the land banking game. A lot of people are doing a lot of things. I'm like, Dana, we get pitched a lot. And I'm like, yeah, but where's the money? And they're relying on other people to give them the money to fund their dreams. We don't have to do that when we get our cash flow right. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that anybody hears something over the last few minutes that makes sense to you in terms of shifting your income from where it is to where you want it to be.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, did anybody else also hear something where even if we swore you to secrecy with a blood oath, you would still tell somebody about what you just heard?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And so since we've already admitted that we're a pack of snitches, doesn't it make sense to get paid for all this telling we're about to do?
Yes, sir.
And so here's what blew me away. These guys told me that just for inviting people to hear the conversation we just had, if they decide to take advantage of it, we get paid 10 different ways. Guys, I've been blamed 10 different ways for one conversation, but I've never been paid 10 different ways for one conversation. I call this Walmart money. A lot of people think Walmart, sells everything. Walmart really sells nothing. What Walmart has mastered is multiple streams of income. A lot of people talk about themselves getting multiple streams when they really only have multiple puddles because they try to do 5 to 10 different things. But how many of you guys would agree we only have 24 hours in the day?
Yes.
So multiple streams of income means you need to position yourself to do a thing that pays you multiple ways. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, maybe. All right, so understand this. Walmart is actually the #1 land banking company in the land. That's what they do. They buy land, they put their warehouse in the middle of it, they put their sign up, and they charge people to move stuff into the warehouse. Then they got slick with it. They said, if you put our label on it, we'll actually give you a discount. So if you ever see me in a Walmart and I'm looking at 2 bottles, I'm not looking at the ingredients. I already decided I'm gonna make this bad decision. I am looking at the manufacturer's address. Is this making sense? Because if it's the same address, it's the same stuff in it, I'm gonna take the discount.
Right.
You can go to this Walmart, get your hair did, get your nails did. Don't judge me. I've been in Atlanta since '93. That's how we say it in the A. You can go to this one and get your eyeglasses done. There's another one I saw you can get your blood work done. I'm like, Walmart, you're doing a little bit much. You go to this one, you can go to your credit union at this one, you go to your bank at this one, you can wire man some money at this one, you can go to Subway at this one, you can go to McDonald's at this one though. You can go full grocery shopping in this one, and you really only went in there for a pack of draws. $300 later, you got 2 carts going to the car, but your hair looks good, ladies. You're seeing straight, fellas. Your stomach is full from your Subway sandwich. You got all your grocery needs and your banking needs done. You get to the car and you remember, I forgot the pack of draws.
Yeah.
And this has happened to me so many times. I know I'm not the only one. But my point being, they mastered having people come somewhere for one thing, but getting paid on all the rest. Is this making
Yes.
Yes.
without even having to leave? We're a one-stop shop as well. You guys saw our suite of services, but when somebody comes to see that conversation and decides, how many of you guys would agree somebody's gonna want that Financial Edge membership?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, a lot of us did. When they go, is it okay that they go through your website?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When they go through your
Yes.
website to get it, you're gonna earn a $40 bonus. Do you like that?
Love it.
Now, if somebody's negotiating down your bills consistently, negotiating with your debtors to remove bad stuff from your credit report, giving you insight on when to lock in your private reserve account, how many of you guys are gonna keep that $79 going out as quickly as you can every month?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
When your customers do that, you earn $10 every month when they're just paying their membership. Simple stuff. How many of you guys would agree somebody's gonna want to get paid like that?
Yeah.
Is it okay if they go through your website?
Yes.
Yes.
When they do, you're gonna earn a $50 bonus. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Is it
it.
okay if more people go through your website?
Yes.
If 3 of them go through your website, if 3 of them go through your website, that's $150. But if 3 of them go through your website in the first 30 days, they're going to add a $150 momentum bonus because success loves speed. Guys, I've seen people do this before their credit card statement came in. I've seen other people do it before it cleared their checking account. I tend to be other people. If I put out $1 at that time, I needed that back the same day. And so we were able to get that bonus the same day. Now, what else happens is now that you have 3 qualified financial directors in your network, you also become part of the expansion team. So you start earning the leadership expansion bonuses. And so now you don't earn $50 when somebody wants to build a business with you. Now you earn $60. And as you advance through the company, that goes anywhere from $60 up to $125 per person. Who likes that?
Yes.
Well, if you like that, you will love it when people come into your network that you do not know, and you earn $10 to $75 a person when that happens. Can you imagine being like Dana Turnquest and Deidre Sampson, that area director, and you just decide, you know what, I'm gonna take a week off. But guys, how many of you guys understand? Just because you took a week off, that didn't mean your team did.
That's right.
And you can't stop somebody else's excitement. So let's just say the team went out and they sponsored 10 people. How many of you guys wouldn't mind having that 10 times 45 in your account and you didn't know where it came from?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you the honest to goodness truth. The best check in the world is the one you have to research to find out where it came from.
Yeah.
John King said, if you can count your money, you ain't got no money. You should know where it's all coming from. And so here's the thing, guys. In addition to that, you add 1 customer to your 3 business partners, and now you start getting daily guaranteed pay. First of all, we get paid daily. If you're not getting paid daily, you should just be ready to partner just because of that. But I've never seen guaranteed money. How many of you guys figured out somewhere around March 2020, your job is not guaranteed?
That's right.
If you never knew before, good jobs became okay jobs. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
People were going home by the thousands. What this company does is just by 4 people telling you yes, 3 as a business partner, 1 as a customer, they start paying you $5 every day. And guys, we get text messages every day that let us know that they have guaranteed our pay for the day. I have never looked forward to 5 o'clock like I do now. It used to be I was looking forward to 5 o'clock because I was getting off work. Now I'm looking at 5 o'clock because they're about to remind me of why I'm going to work.
Right.
It's amazing what happens. But imagine when that's $20 and $30. See, here's the thing. It doesn't sound like a lot, but how many of you guys could knock out some bills with an extra $600 a month?
Yes.
That's what Anita Patton was showing y'all on her phone, because she gets $20 a day. How many of you guys could knock out a few bills with an extra $1,500 a month?
That's right. Yeah.
Guys, I know people that work part-time jobs, full-time hours, and don't make $1,500 a month. How many of you guys could knock out a couple of bills with an extra $1,000 a day coming in?
Oh, yeah.
People are looking at me like, yeah, they always say stuff, but I know somebody personally that generates an extra $500 a day right now, and we haven't even been partnered with the company 2 years yet.
Absolutely.
That's
And so
amazing.
here's what's exciting. This is the part I don't want you to miss. This is where multiple streams comes in. Those same customers, those same business partners also contribute to your luxury bonus. I used to call it a vehicle bonus. They said I didn't have to buy a car. Then I started calling it a mortgage bonus. They told me I didn't have to buy a home. But how many of you guys can find something on the car lot or the home lot somewhere between $500 to $3,000 a month?
Yes.
So you talk to Deidre, she could probably get you 2 or 3. She just got this thing with discounts. It's amazing. She knows people. And so here's the thing. Same customers, same business partners also contribute to your presidential bonus. How many of you guys could finance your goals and your dreams somewhere between $500 to $100,000 a month?
Yes.
Anybody? Okay, excellent. Me too. And then it really gets silly. Those same customers, those same business partners eventually qualify you for the $1 million residual ring. Now, here's what this company does that I think is amazing. They recognize that you're earning the same residual I would earn if I had an extra $1 million in an 8% vehicle. It's not that you earned $1 million, it's just that over time, you earn like you had one. Now, I didn't have $1 million. I know a lot of you guys do very well. And you might have $1 million. I didn't have that. I didn't even know where to find an 8% vehicle until I learned about private reserve accounts.
Absolutely.
But what I did have was 228. So what I did was I followed the same plan these people follow. Christy Howard, Shayna Rollins, Charles Ivory, and Brian and me have followed a system, a simple system that allows us to position ourselves to earn like the wealthy, even though we invested less than the price of a good pair of shoes. And so with that being said, we have a system in place where we're going to teach you step by step and word for word how everything works. We will show you how the sausage is made. We will teach you the simple things that it takes to get on the Financial Edge membership. We will show you how simple it is to invite people to Zooms. And here's the thing I love the most about our system. We invest most of our time making sure that you keep this simple, because we understand that this business is simple, but people are not. And so we get you out of your head so that you can get to the other side of money. We all figure if we get to the other side of money and we don't like it, we can always come back to where we are. And so with that being said, let the person that invited you know, what number are you? Number 3, say, I love my current situation. I got a 950 credit score. I haven't had taxes or debt for years. I don't even have bills. I don't know where they send them. And they don't bother me for them. I've had land and I've been my own bank since I was a baby. I love where I am. Now, if that's you, I completely understand. Thank you for your time. But if that's not you, I don't understand you passing on this at all. You should be either a number 2 or a number 1. The number 2 says, I don't want to start a business right now, but I do want to improve my cash flow. I have taxes. I have some debt I want to see gone. I have a credit score that I would love to see somebody else make better. I would love to be my own bank. I want to invest. And if they're going to negotiate down these bills at the same time, I need that. What do I need to do? Text the person that invited you that you're number 2. They'll send you their website with /membership on it so you can start having the experts work for you. Congratulations. One of the best investments in my finances I've ever made. The number 1 person says, I want everything you just said, and I need 10 extra streams of income. I would like those today, please. How can I get them? Text the person that invited you that you're number 1. They'll shoot you their website. They'll walk you through the simple steps to get your own website, and we'll have you in a position where you're hosting one of these with the favorite people in your life so we can share with them income shifting as close to today as you can possibly make it happen. We will get you to the space where your business is self-funded and where all of those testimonies will be yours as close to today as possible. So get with the person that invited you and let them know whether or not you're number 3. Matter of fact, don't even tell them. You're number 2 and you want to actually use the membership, or you're number 1 and you want to not only use the membership, but generate this additional income. But don't hesitate, procrastinate, have hypertension, stress, a dilemma, heart attack, stroke, and die trying to figure out whether or not you want your taxes down, your credit score up, your debt gone, your bills lowered, and you want to invest in land while being your own bank and making extra money. It is not that deep. It is really this simple. If it makes sense to you, you should do it, because you should do everything that makes sense to you. It might not make sense to them, but if you start doing enough things that make sense to you, you'll find a new them. And the reason why I share this with people, Liza, is a lot of people judge whether or not they can do a new thing by their old friends. And so they just turn their circle into a cage. If you know you can upload documents and invite people to Zooms, let's lock arms, let's do some amazing things together. Because guys, if not this, then what? Like, what do you already have your hands on where you can help somebody get a pay raise and you don't even work there? If not now, then when? I've been saying since March 2020, if we can't get better during a pandemic with all these things, all this extra time with ourselves, when are we ever gonna get better? And if not you, then who? You know, who's gonna step into your family and change the financial trajectory of your family for generations to come? Let me give you guys a clue. If you haven't met that person yet, it's probably that awesome person in your mirror waiting for you to get off your assets and change your mindset so your family can be set. And so with that, I have nothing left to say. I hope I did my partners proud. And on behalf of MWR, the Extra Digit Movement, the Power Builders, Project 100, and the Dream Chasers, I can go on and on and on. My name is Sean T. Hill. Blessed to be Willie and Maddie Mae Hill's bouncing baby boy. More importantly, you guys' friend. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. I look forward to doing this business with you, shifting income with you, and when everything opens up, walking the beaches of the world with you, excited because we're our own banks. God bless you guys. Thanks for your time. Have an amazing day.
All
Thanks,
right.
Dr.
Thank
Hill.
you so much.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Shanti
you.
Hill.
Thank you.
Awesome presentation, conversation.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Brother Sean.
Appreciate
That was fire. That was fire. That was fire.